First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh Bashin Yahushai Bashir Kadash. Double honor to apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone. And shalom to the elect out there, the brother Rala for Children of Light. And I'm coming with a lesson, a hopefully edifying lesson. Um, I ain't gonna make it too. I don't want to make it too long, so I get to the point. Just basically in the times we in, because we see prophecy is happening. And at the same time, we also got to, it's gonna get more wicked out here. Within our everyday life of our surroundings, uh, watching who we be around and the spirit that be on other people out here. We even got to examine ourselves, like the scripture here is going to go into. You know, um, 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 5 says, "Examine yourself whether ye be in the faith. To prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves how that Yahweh Shai Hamashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates." And right, it says, "Examine yourself whether ye be in the faith." Uh, you being in this truth here, you gotta apply the scriptures to yourself. You gotta make sure that you on point with what not to do, not to be wicked. Because that's actually what a reprobate is, man. A reprobate person is someone who don't they have no righteous guiding to them. Uh, and it's also proving yourself is whether you lacking something in the truth. You got to prove yourself that you really want to, you want to level up in this, or even if you going off, you holding yourself accountable to what you know that you going off of, whatever the case it is. And I also apply this to myself as well. That all of us do. We all do. It's prove your own self. Know you not your own self. How that Yahweh Shai Hamashiach is in you, and how's Yahweh Shai in us through the scripture. The Spirit is on us to push His word out there. That's how we be able to we're getting the breakdowns that the apostles of Great Millstones giving us. And that's through the spirit power of Yahweh Shai. That's how He's dealing with. He's supping with us, but for us to be able to understand and break down. You know, so His Spirit is on us. It says, "Except ye be reprobates." And let me go because I was looking at the word earlier, so I just go ahead and go into it on the Google definition. It says a reprobate is a person of bad character, frequently acting in an unprincipled, depraved, or wicked manner, often used in a humorous or affectionate way for rascal. Right. Wicked, just a wicked person, man. And a nigga. Jake out here thug, gang banging, women, sluts, whores, masculine, you know, anything that's against the scriptures of how you to hold yourself, man. That's what reprobate is. So okay. This is verse 6. But I trust that you should know that we are not reprobates. Now I pray to Yahweh Shai that ye do no evil, not that we should appear approved, but that ye should do that which is honest, though we be as reprobates. And the thing to do with honest, man, is just being honest with yourself in this truth. Applying those scriptures, holding yourself as a righteous servant under Yahweh Shai, and not out here moving it as, as how Jake is, man. They have no understanding of what the scripture say that they quick to do evil, but to know righteous they don't. I'm just quoting it, not down, don't want to butcher it. He says, verse 8, for we can do nothing against the truth before the truth. So everything we're doing is for the truth, man. Because even if you go off, if you go off, it was destined for you to go off, man. And you fall back into the world and become a wicked 2/3 that's for the truth. All right. So like them guys, all them guys that fell out, they can't do nothing against the truth. You can't. They're not gonna be able to stop this. You know, all they're doing is fulfilling what the truth is. I like that. Um, so like this is Ephesians chapter 5, Salaki, chapter 6, verse 10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And how we put on the whole armor is applying these scriptures. Because the scriptures also say, how shall a young man cleanse his way for taking heed to the scriptures. All right. And for example, scriptures say, uh, be be harmless as a dove, wise as a serpent, you know. If possible, be peaceful amongst all men. You know, that's just those just two right there quoted it, how you have to move out here. You know, you can't move as just like a nigga. You know, I'm trying not to use that word so much, but that's the only way I can explain how Jake is out here. What you see on TV with these rappers out here is pushing out. That's how Jake is, you know. Uh, and how we be able to stand against the wiles of the devil of the shit, the trickery that Esau has out here for us, man. To end up in jail, go off, do something wicked, you know. You gotta remember this, the scripture do say Satan is a roaring lion seeking whom we may devour, you know. So by putting scriptures on and staying strong in the faith, we'll be able to fight against that. It says, verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood. It's a lot of my words is kind of like slurred. I don't know, can't get my words out today for some reason. So, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of the world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Right. So Jake out here, we know it's we being a prophet, we know it is higher than Jake just having a demon on him. We know this is from above, you know. Ultimately, this is Yahweh Shem Shai, the left hand of Yahweh Shem Shai. And we know the left hand is of Esau, and then the spiritual the spiritual demons on the left hand as well, you know, and they're working with Esau, you know. It says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh Shem Shai, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, having on the breastplate of righteousness. This is Philippians chapter 4. I said it for is to rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. Let your moderation be known unto all men, the Lord is at hand. This is a point here. Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your request be made known unto Yahweh Shai. Right. It says be careful for nothing. So it basically like tighten up. What the scripture say, be circumspect. Be aware of your everything. Make sure you're on point. Make sure you go off. Make sure you correct it. You know, so but in everything by prayer and supplication, and that's important. Prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your request be made known unto Yahweh Shai. Pray that wherever you feel you weak in the spirit. Ask Yahweh Shai to strengthen you. It says, in the peace of Yahweh which passes so like in the peace of Yahweh Shai which passes all understanding should keep your hearts and mind through Hamashiach Yahushua. This is Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, and right, that the word circumspect, to be around, to be wise and know what's going on around you, So not as fools, everyday Jake in life. They don't know what's going on, man. They don't understand the prophecies that happen. They don't understand the spiritual demons out here on people. You know, they don't be aware of what's out there in the world when they go out there and party, go to the store, bars, anything that they know where you have to be aware of. It's a but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil. How we redeem the time, we stay in these scriptures. You know, and know how to apply yourself, know what times we're in, what these prophecies are coming to pass. The spirit and power about Shai. So with all that, we carry ourselves as righteous men, aware, you know, we're staying in these scriptures, studying. Okay, so that was really it on that. I hope that was edifying. Not so like if I dragged that too long, but till next time I say shalom and kwame shalom.